WAC has a great program in the watershed that it pays landowners and the loggers and the foresters are all part of this. When you do a logging operation, it actually pays to lay out your skid roads and be sure that the roads are laid out so you're not endangering water quality. It pays you to clean up the job, the landing, and put the water bars in, and just to do a great job in the woods.
We're here at the Randy and Lucci Kelly property on Route 30 in Roxbury. This is about a 130-acre property. It's a former farm, an active small farm with the Watershed Ag Council, which made it eligible for a conservation easement with us. It's now since kind of transitioned into an active forested property, which we've done at least one timber harvest.
It's something I've been working on since we bought this property in 1981. So I've done a couple thinnings on this property. Had a minor harvest before, but this was the big harvest.
What I find different about this harvest from a lot of them that I'll see around areas is that you were looking for how can we establish some regeneration.
We had a conifer plantation on the top of the hill, planted like 50 years ago, but it was up on a ridge. The wind was starting to get some wind throw in there. I had thinned it once before, probably like 30 years ago. So we liquidated the whole plantation. The whole reason is to regenerate the whole areas, and it's coming beautifully. We've got all kinds of brambles and hardwood regeneration. It's just been very successful. One of the pluses of that is try to encourage other species, wild bird species and mammals. It gives them early successional habitat, which we're losing around here.
Right. We have very little early successional habitat in the area here, and to have jobs like this that make that happen is really important for the future of the forest, because we're at a point where most of the woods is mature, but if you can do something like you did, Randy, then that's helpful.
Deer, turkeys, we got all kinds of wildlife on this property. So the big thing is have a diversity of habitats, not just a mature forest, but you want different age classes in between. So now we have early and mid and late. You want to get three strata if possible. You want to get an understory, you want to get a mid-level, and you want to get your overstory. And definitely it's made a big difference.
Where we kind of unite as a team is, I'm the steward for the conservation easement. Carl is our, lead forester at WAC on conservation easement properties. Timber harvests have to be approved by WAC staff before they can be conducted. Carl just takes a look at the harvest network, skid trails, landings, stream crossings, and looks to protect water quality, while the timber is coming out of the woods and it's actively being harvested. So we were able to put a good plan together. We had one stream crossing, I believe, up back. We had 2 landings on that harvest. Timber harvests are our most common activity on conservation easements. We do anywhere from 25 to 30 timber harvests a year on our 200 conservation easements.
We do something in terms of water quality management by putting in water bars.
Road layout is key. Is get the roads laid out the best you can to minimize washouts and to go through and not to disturb your better stands, your better quality timber. But once the job is done, we put water bars in, and those are diversion ditches across the skid roads. Gets the water off the roads so they don't wash out, they don't become gullies.
Randy's property was put back together properly so that it can be harvested again in 20 years or 15 years.
I hate to see it, I've seen it many times. You go into a woods and you see where an old skid road used to be is now a gully that's developed into a water course. And once that soil is washed away, you can't bring it back. And a road is a very valuable asset to a property because it gives you access to the property for recreation, for hunting, whatever. So it's something you want to protect, but also at the same time protect water quality.